What's going on, Lakers fans? Welcome into the Lakers Report. My name is Patrick Siepman. Coming up on today's show, we got the latest rumors around Donovan Mitchell, Lauri Markkanen, and then Zach Edey as a potential draft target for Los Angeles at pick 17. Diving into all this and more on today's show. But before we dive into it, if you guys could, just hit that thumbs up icon. But let's look at the Bleacher Report trade idea as they put out some blockbuster trade ideas for this NBA offseason. And they had the Lakers acquiring all-star guard Donovan Mitchell in a blockbuster deal, which had the Lakers sending over Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and 3 first-round picks, 2024, 29, and 2031. I will say about these first-round picks, I feel like people are almost undervaluing the Lakers' 2029 and 2031 first-round picks as, you know, if we're looking at the timeline of Los Angeles, those could be top 10 picks easily, especially with how the Western Conference could shake out for the next couple of years. But let's talk about Mitchell and his fit with the Lake Show. So this past season for Mitchell, didn't miss time due to injury, only played in 55 games, but he was still very good. Definition of a 3-level scorer, hits the pull-up 3 very, very well, takes a lot of them as well as part of his shot diet, but 26 a night, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 46% from the field overall. And he's been a good player in the playoffs as well. Has struggled over the last couple of years comparison to, that bubble year when he went back-to-back or when he went head-to-head with Jamal Murray. But in 23 this past postseason, 29 points a game, had that 50-piece game in Orlando, shooting very efficiently as well. But he did struggle in the 21 playoffs and the 22 playoffs. Went head-to-head against Jalen Brunson, and Brunson got the best of him in those matchups. But, dating back to that bubble year, man, those 2019-2020 playoffs, 36 points a night, 52% from the field, and shot 51.5% from downtown. He's a big-time player. Don't think he is too, scared of the moment. And, I've thrown this comparison out there of Donovan Mitchell when just talking to friends about, just the NBA and when we were chopping it up. I've thrown it out there. I think he's a more skilled version and a little less athletic version of a Russell Westbrook, where he can just spam high pick and roll over and over again, generate good looks, and, is it necessarily the most effective way to help, produce wins? No, that is up for debate. But I do think Mitchell is still a, very, very good player. But we've already seen teams getting linked to Donovan Mitchell, the Lakers, of course, and then also the Miami Heat, Brooklyn Nets, and the Houston Rockets. But the biggest problem with the Donovan Mitchell trade is, you really think the Cleveland Cavaliers and that front office and that ownership is going to want to help LeBron James out and send him a big-time player in Donovan Mitchell to help him get another ring on this tail half of his career? I don't know. But Jason Lloyd, who's very tapped in with the Lakers, was writing up about just what he thinks that could go down this summer. And he said, if Mitchell doesn't sign an extension with Cleveland this summer, the Cavs will have to explore trade options. And one of the teams standing at the front of the line will be the Lakers. It's possible, given Mitchell's current condition with his calf, that he has already played his final game in a Cavs jersey. He wrote this up during the NBA playoffs. But he also said, I previously said Trae Young, if I had to pick a third star that was the most likely for the Lakers to trade for. At the time, I want to say that was late February, early March. I would change that answer now to Donovan Mitchell. I think there's been several things that have changed. And I think the Lakers are in a very interesting spot right now because, they can either go 2 directions. They are either going to go, we're going to go all in on the last 2 years of LeBron James's, career where he's still a effective basketball player, or they shift to completely rebuilding their franchise and resetting the culture there in Los Angeles, and they don't give up future draft capital, and they kind of shift to a new era of Lakers basketball. Going to be interesting to see how the Lakers play that out, but you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis right now. Something tells me that Rob Pelinka and this ownership group, they're going to want to, go all in and try to get another ring out of LeBron James Lakers era. But you guys let me know, would you accept this trade? Give me an A for accept or a D for decline. Do you think it's too much to go get D Mitch, or do you think this is, a good trade? You guys let me know, would you accept it? A for accept or D for decline? All right, excuse me. So let's talk about Lauri Markkanen here, another trade target that's been thrown out there during the NBA offseason. And, Lauri would be a very, very interesting fit with the Los Angeles Lakers. Dive into more about this here in a second. But an anonymous GM had an interesting quote about the Lake Show potentially being interested in Lauri Markkanen. He said, there are a few teams that, when you look at it, he is going to be their dream target. The Lakers, you got a guy like him with Anthony Davis, and that's perfect for both guys. Just the floor spacing aspect of it, it's so valuable. He could make things easier on your stars. And, no doubt about it, like Lauri Markkanen would make life easier for LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And just giving, LeBron another spot-up shooter, knowing how effective he's been with those players throughout his NBA career, and Lauri Markkanen at 6'10", being that sniper from downtown, he would get the easiest looks of his NBA career. And, he has completely taken that next step since joining the Utah Jazz. This past season, 23 points a game, 8 rebounds, super efficient from the field, shooting 48% from the field, and then almost 40% from downtown. And in terms of a perfect fit from a front court perspective, like, wouldn't Anthony Davis and Lauri Markkanen make a ton of sense? They're both super big. They got super good, length on them. One's obviously the more defensive-minded forward in the league in AD. One's more of an offensive-minded forward in Markkanen. And, they would be able to just offer a ton of different looks. And it would almost just be with, whoever the next Lakers head coach would be. They could just deploy chess pieces, and it would be very, very interesting to see how they would deploy, these two guys. But, hey, that anonymous GM wrote up saying that the dream target for the Lakers this offseason is Lauri Markkanen. You guys let me know. Who is your Lakers dream target for this offseason? Give me a name down in the comment section. Curious to see what you guys have to say. All right, let's kick it to the big fella, the back-to-back National Player of the Year in college hoops, Zach Edey. Could the Lakers be drafting Zach Edey at pick 17, as we do know now that the Pelicans, they said they're going to take now the Lakers' next year's first-round pick, so the Lakers are drafting at pick 17. So could it be Zach Edey? Let's talk about it. So, Zach Edey was dominant this past season, the best player in college basketball, almost won a national championship, but did lose to the UConn Huskies. But he was great, man. 25 points a night, 12 rebounds, 2.2 blocks. He also can shoot the ball pretty well from the free throw line. I think he shot around 70% from there this past season. And, the crazy thing about Edey is obviously his measurements. Check this out. This is absolutely insane. The dude is almost 7'4" without shoes on. Almost has a 7'11" wingspan, which allows his standing reach to be almost the height of a basketball hoop at 9'7" Zach Edey, he's a polarizing prospect, no doubt about it. Like, there's this whole debate going on, like, will he be successful in the NBA? Can his game translate? I really have no idea. I don't want to take a stance on either way, but, with where the Lakers are right now, I don't necessarily think Edey would be a good fit for him. I think if I was, running the Lakers, I would go the more, I would go the route where it'd be like you're either taking, like, I'll take a draft prospect, for example, like a Cody Williams, where it's like a developmental piece and, you're going to see what you have there. Or you would go like a Dalton Connect, where it's like a more win-now player who can score at all three levels, where in comparison, Zach Edey is like, he's a guy you have no idea what he could be like in the NBA. Like, I think he would be, better suited at a place like Oklahoma City, where they're a younger team and he can kind of add some physicality to that group, which, they obviously don't have. But the Lakers already kind of have that with LeBron, with AD. They already have that physical style play. So I'm not really too sure if Edey makes the most sense for the Lake Show at pick 17. But obviously we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do there. But you guys answer this question for me. Will Zach Edey be successful in the NBA? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down in the comments section. And as always, guys, make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. Once we get any more news around the Lakers head coaching search, we'll have a video for you guys ASAP. So hit that sub button, lock us in, and we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Lakers.